relinquished it.
Yeah, he was on fire throughout the entire heat. He's one of those most focused competitors on the tour. Ben Player trying to get out of the way of the guy bringing out the buoy. So congratulations to Ben Player going straight to the finals. Jake Stone, Magno Pasos, unfortunately, will go into the next heat. They got a couple more heats of competition to go today. PLC in the background back there in the blue jersey. He goes straight to round number 6. So PLC, he gets a little break. And Nicole and Marcelli making sure everything's all good. A couple more shout outs for the Sapphires tuning in for the support of Jerry and Mark McCarthy coming up next. Sam in Australia. Sean tuning in from Tasmania. Bill Porter, New South Wales, going for Ben Player. Your boy just won. Frederick tuning in once again from France. Jonathan, Sydney. We got the Azures. David Pontes tuning in. Curl, Sydney. Tom, what up? Greg in Australia as well. Thank you all for tuning in. This is it. Round number 4, heat number 2. Currently out in the water. 30-minute heat. Top 2 waves will be scored. 12 wave maximum. And here's what we got.
Out in the water right now, we have Andrew Lester, the former world number 2 from Australia, back on the tour. He had a tough first heat. His last couple of heats, though, he connecting, putting it together. He was on fire. And he's joined out in the water by the Brazilian wild card, the Itacoatiara local, Dudu Pedra.
Uri Valadao will be in the yellow jersey out in the water. Uri Valadao, a former world champion. He knows what has to be done, and this guy's going to be exciting to watch out in the water. And following up will be in blue, Dave Winchester.
Dave Winchester currently coming into this event ranked number 1 in the world, up and riding the 2008 world champ, Uri Valadao from Bahia. There you can see he gets a nice section, flips off of it, gets it around, looking for another section, but not lining up the way he wants, so he'll duck out on that.
Like all Brazilians, Uri Valadao will not let any section get passed up. I mean, these guys are contest machines down here. Uri Valadao with a nice air roll spin through the lip. Let's take another look.
You can see him kicking hard into this little left. Drops in, driving for speed right away, flying down the line, sets up mid-face, goes up, gets the maneuver around, and then ducks out. As you could see, the oncoming section was about to dump. And he'll paddle out. Nice wave to get started for Uri. Again, 2008 world champ. Cruising down here from Bahia, which is in the north of Brazil, north of here. Never been here before.
Here he is again, Uri Valadao. Oh, banks a reverse spin right there. He pushes and pushes to get in front of that wave, and that will be a completed move. Uri Valadao is hungry. Oh, my.
You know, for someone who's never ridden this spot before, he seems pretty at home out here.
I mean, I'm telling you, man. When I asked him yesterday on the free day, the competition was called off yesterday. A lot of guys came down to the beach to relax and enjoy the sun. And I looked at him like, you've never been here before. And he had a look of disgust saying, I know. But here he is, taking full advantage out here in this heat. Right here, cranking a nice air reverse right there and pulls it off cleanly. Uri Valadao, he is definitely has a shot if he keeps this rhythm going. Ben Player in the previous heat, Uri Valadao seemed like to be sharing the same wavelength. But look at this, out the back.
Up and riding in red, Andrew Lester kicking into the left, looking at this section.
Oh, nice.
Clean invert. Tweaked that board pretty good there, flashing that green bottom there. Pretty visible out there in the lineup.
Oh, wait, splitting the peak out the back. It is white and red. Yeah, blue, I believe. Nothing there for our rider in white, Dudu Pedra. Dudu Pedra, local here, so he's going to be interesting to watch. And blue on the left down the way. I don't think there was much either because they were both pretty much already on the outside after that wave.
So we have a couple of this competition's standout riders facing off in this heat. We've seen strong performances from Uri Valadao, Dave Winchester scoring a 9 the other day in one of his heats, and Andrew Lester, who again struggled in his first heat of competition, round 1. I believe he had a combined score of 4 point something, said it was one of the worst heats he ever rode, but really putting it together since then. And here we have Andrew Lester up and riding the replay with that strong invert. Nice way to get going for Andrew out in the water right now in this heat.
Andrew Lester, he's no stranger to the big waves and super clean lines that he can draw on, any waves. And here he is pulling out his Grom hood to make sure he's got the skills in the smaller stuff as well. Andrew Lester, look at those eyes. Watch out.
Some crazy effects there with the flashing there on the graphics.
I'll take it. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is the Itacoatiara Pro, sponsored by Pride, Uzeki.com and net. Here is what was going on during the replay.
Dudu Pedro pulling into this
my.
little
and he
beach break
comes out
barrel,
of that.
comes out, resets his line, and look at this. Wow, a nice clean roll off the end section. So barrel ride to roll for finishing maneuver. Nice strong wave from Dudu Pedro, the local here at Itacoatiara, one of our wild cards.
It would be amazing to see a local rider win at a local event, and this guy is one of those guys that can pull it off, and he's one of the coolest guys out here too. Love talking to him.
One of the great things about Dudu Pedro, a very well-rounded rider, very proficient in the smaller waves, very proficient in large surf, and he knows his place very well, better than probably anybody in this competition. We'll see if he can continue to use it to his advantage. Right now, he sits in second spot behind Ori Valadown, who has the early lead. Andrew Lester currently sitting in third, needs a .67 to move forward.
All right, Jackson, we do have the winner of the first heat with Alex Leon. Where you at, brother?
Yeah, Manny, down here, mate. This is where I'm at. Got Benny play with me. He's just won that one. Benny, conditions look very, a bit smaller out there today, but still looks a little punchy.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty small, but it's got a lot of punch out there, Alex. Like, if you compare this to any kind of beach break at home, it's got way more punch and something like that. Like, you can get a 1 to 2 foot wave, and you can do good airs and stuff on it. So it's definitely worth running the competition today, and I think you'll probably see some pretty high performance surfing coming out today.
Yeah, it looks supposed to pick up the swell, so you have it now moved into the quarters, so you won't be surfing again today, so you must be pretty happy with that. Getting that, it's a big jump, winning this non-elimination heat.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, this whole non-elimination round is completely new to me. Like, Chile was the first time we kind of trialled it, and I didn't realise how important it is to win that heat. And I watched Winnie, and he was straight into the quarters, so I just wanted to give this heat everything, not just have like a kind of average heat. I wanted to have a really good heat, and I managed to get the wave, so I was lucky.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty close too. Pierre was on your tail there, and Jake as well come through with a backflip on his last wave, but just didn't get the scores to push you out of the line. So, mate, well done. Good surfing, and we'll see you in the quarters tomorrow.
Thanks, mate. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Back to you boys in the booth.
Well, there you go. Ben Player just pretty much saying it. This round is a big round. The winners of these heats in round number 4 advance on straight to the quarterfinals. That's huge.
Yeah, you got to love that advantage, man. He gets the rest of the day to conserve his energy, stretch out, and mentally prepare for what it all comes down to. Quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. We're going to throw out in the water tomorrow and wrap up this event and crown a champion here at the Itacoatiara Pro. And BP trying to line himself up to be one of those guys in contention at the end.
If he can keep the rhythm, what just happened in his first heat, he will definitely pull off a win here. I mean, he was totally on a different level out there, coming out strong right off the bat and holding steady. But look at this. Heat number 2, we got some paddling. It is Uri Valadow in the yellow jersey, who has priority over red right now. So here he is, Uri Valadow.
Dropping in, drives off the bottom, going for a big flip, and does he come out?
Oh,
No, he lost the handle on his board. Like we were saying, there's a lot of power still on the inside, even though these waves are smaller. Like Ben Player was even just saying, a lot of punch out there, a lot of power on that inside section, very shallow. So you can land a maneuver and manage to go through the surface of the water and hit the bottom.
I mean, it's still powerful, and you cannot let your guard down when the waves drop. That's when people get hurt. Surfers, bodyboarders, everybody who gets out there on the small waves and lets their guards down is not a good thing. Look at this thing. The biggest wave of the day so far. Dave Winchester in the right position in the blue jersey. Stays in the pocket, looks for the section. Nice roll right there. Has plenty of time and goes for an air roll spin. An ARS on the inside. Can he maintain? Can he hold on? Solid wave right there. One of the biggest waves of the day coming in. Again, small waves off in the beginning. Swell is rolling in. We're going to see bigger waves throughout the day. Dave Winchester picking off one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, there we saw one of the sets starting to come through. Dave Winchester picking it off. I can't wait to see the replay on this because that was talented riding. That was skill. That was, veteran maneuvering from Dave Winchester.
Here's another look. Let's see. Dave Winchester, as you can see, he's going to look for, we're going to show you the replay on what happened on the right with Dudu Pedra. Dudu looking for a nice, clean section, but maintains his speed, finds a nice maneuver right there to pull off, spin, and pulls into the pocket. But not as high-scoring wave, I don't think, as Winchester's. But Dudu Pedra and Dave Winchester splitting the peak. It looked like there was more of a hollowness, more of a power zone on the left. So let's take a look of Dave Winchester's wave.
Here you can see a little bigger on the left for Dave Winchester than the right for Dudu Pedra. Winnie just in front of the pitching lip, finds a nice section, gets the roll, then drives down the line. You can see him pumping for speed up on his board, hits the section, gets the flip, gets it around, and you can see he's going to emerge out of the white water, come up onto the beach. That's a good one from Dave Winchester.
Dave Winchester with a solid wave right there. And Dudu Pedra splitting that right. But Dave Winchester, again, coming to us straight from Chile with a win on his belt, a little notch of a win at the Arica Chilean Challenge. And he took out Guilherme Temega in the last 20 seconds of that final. So you know Guilherme and the Brazilians are looking for redemption here in Brazil.
Yes, and right now, there you can see Alex Uranga stretching out, getting warmed up for his next heat. He's coming up. There you can see Alex Uranga, Eder Luciano, Jose Otavio, and Guilherme Temega. He's going to go up against 3 Brazilians out here on their home turf. He's got his work cut out for him.
Well, obviously, he's all smiles right now. He doesn't look scared at all. He's one of those stoned-faced competitors. He'll creep into your heat, and he means business. I mean, he'll psych you out by yelling out in the water to who knows what, but he's yelling, trying to scare off his competitors with his weird antics out there. But you know what? If it works for him, go for it. There's no rules against it.
For any of you who didn't see his performance last year in Reunion Island, he was one of the trialists. He worked his way through the trials, through the main event to win with a broken collarbone.
Oh, man.
He had a sling on. He was grimacing in pain the whole time. He soldiered through and ended up taking out the entire field.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with Alex Uranga coming up in heat number 3 and what is currently out in the water. Heat number 2, round number 4, we'll be back. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the beautiful beaches of Brazil, just south of, wait, are we south or north? We're just north of Rio de Janeiro. When this beach is facing south, I don't know which way is east, west, but we're here, and it's beautiful.
Yeah,
Guilherme Temega. Oh, Winchester coming to you live with a big roll. Look at this. Finds some pocket time, some barrel time on the inside, and comes out with a roll right there. Dave Winchester, that is going to be a solid score under Winnie's belt. Oh, my. Straight to the action. Guilherme Temega, you saw with his wife behind him, Danny, looking on to see the conditions. He's coming up in heat number 3. But Winnie, oh, my. Look at those hot pants on that guy. I need to get me a pair before I bail. Look at that, Dave Winchester.
Dave Winchester, nice arm extension on that roll, resets his line. Look at this. He gets the little cover up, driving down, nice barrel. Look how open that little barrel is. He comes out, gets another roll on the inside, coming straight to the beach with that. That was a fun wave.
That was a fun wave. Fun conditions right now for us, but these guys mean business. That thing was textbook. You could not have put more maneuvers on that wave. You had a long barrel ride, but before that, a clean barrel, long barrel, and then, boom, you get another move on the inside. Dave Winchester, that is definitely going to be a high score. Look at this out the back.
Up and riding Andrew Lester in the red jersey. Gets nice projection off there, air rolls, lands back in the pocket, and unfortunately that's going to be all he gets, but that was a strong maneuver there. He got good projection, good arm extension, nice clean rotation, solid roll from Lester.
Ladies and gentlemen, Manny V here with Steve Action Jackson, bringing you the live feed here from the Itacoatiara Pro, and here's another look of Andrew Lester's big roll right there. And again, we are looking at smaller conditions today. We're crossing our fingers that the predicted swell fills in throughout the day. And Andrew Lester making the most of what he got on that wave. So Andrew Lester, new on the top 24 list in 2012, and he's making his name a stamp of approval saying he belongs here. Look at yeah. So I don't know if it's the nerves or what, but he's got to go in the restroom really quick and relieve himself. Guillermo Tamega coming up in heat number 3. What a great shot.
Maybe a few too many cups of coffee. Something we can't say about ourselves this morning. We're a little under-caffeinated, but we're still pumped on what's going on out in the water. So, I don't know, maybe Tamega, a little too much coffee.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, big shout out to everybody tuning in from all over the world, watching riders like Uri Valadao in the yellow jersey coming around the section and cannot make it happen. It looked like he was out there with priority and took that wave to, quote, unquote, block another rider from getting that wave. So the priority system, really quick. Give us the lowdown.
All right, first rider out in the water with priority can either take the wave or use it to block. But once he rides a wave or paddles for a wave, priority goes to the next rider in line, and so on down the line. 4-man priority system out there. We've seen a lot of use of blocking as strategy out in the water, but with the priority system,
it's allowed.
If you're first priority, you have first selection and up and riding.
Down the beach in the blue jersey, Dave Winchester coming around the section. Oh, nice move right there, but comes unglued on the landing. There are the two guys on the beach again trying to figure out what, that was insane. But unfortunately, Dave Winchester could not hold on to his board when landing that maneuver. Big shout out to everybody still tuning in. Oh, man, Thomas Parkinson with a broken hip cannot get out in the water. But guess what? He's tuning in live and riding vicariously through the riders out in the water. So hang in there, brother. Styles from the Gold Coast. James is tuning in from Canola. Lester's going to rip. That is right. He's ripping right now. Kevin with Jack Moore are in tune right now. Giving a shout out to their boys, Ben Player and Winnie. Josh Blackie from China is tuned in. Nick from Oahu. Finally, the Hawaiians are finally to tune in and give us shout outs on the Google Plus IBA profile page. And Yanif, what up from all the K crew?
All right, while we have a break in the action, since you're doing shout-outs for everybody, I'd like to take a moment to say good morning to my wife, who is back home in Copacabana, just south of here. Unfortunately, she's been busy with work and unable to come up here and join us here in Itacoatiara. Beautiful beaches up here.
I'm sure a lot of people are watching at work with an extra browser window open and their work window up. And here's Duru Pedra, a local rider in the white jersey. Ton of speed, punches through the lip, goes for an ARS, an air roll spin maneuver. Can he hold on? Again, even though the waves are small here, there is a lot of power. It's still coming out of the deep ocean, hitting the shallow sandbar. And to be able to pull off the maneuvers, you gotta hit it perfectly. The timing is crucial, even in these small waves.
All right, and there you can see Alex Uranga done stretching out, grabbing his jersey assignment, getting ready to hit the water for the next heat.
Will the judges know that he's wearing red out there?
I think they might have a clue, Manny.
Yanev is still tuned in with the K crew. Yep. Jeff tuned in Brazil. Bom dia, amigo. Manu in Portugal. Hey, Manu, we're going to see you in Sintra. Get ready for the Flip Cup Championships going down on the last day of the event there. Aisha, we know you would hook us up with the coffee if you were here. We love you, girl. Oh, you didn't meet her yet?
No, I have never met Seamus's sister.
Yeah, she's awesome, man. She's one of the crew for sure. We got to find her a job on the tour somehow. I don't know. Coffee girl. She would totally hook us up.
Better watch out. Sally will get mad at you.
Uh-oh. The Brazilian assistant to the right-hand man. I mean, the right-hand woman to the organizer, Marceli, here in Brazil, getting things done as well. So, Aisha, thank you. And so how's the Queensland, New South Wales results going? Guillermo Tamega picking up his jersey. This guy, one of the most dominating bodyboarder competitors in the world.
Yes, Tamega, one of the most dominant figures in the history of the sport. 6-time world champ, 6-time runner-up. We've mentioned the stats earlier. From 1993 to 2004, this guy didn't finish outside the top 3 on the world tour standings.
Oh my!
That's dominance.
Yes, and here he is trying to find redemption from the last event in Chile where he ended up second place. He had a strong first place lead through the entire heat, but the last 20 seconds, it was Dave Winchester, who you see right there in the blue jersey, who took the win. So Guilherme was so close for that win. Here he is on his home turf, ready to go battle in heat number 3. You're going to see coming up next, so don't go anywhere. We have a ton of action. Also, we have riders who will be filtering in to give us their first-hand glimpse. We have Hermano Castro, who's going to come in for heat number 3, so stay tuned. Out in the water, this is where we're at.
With less than 9.5 minutes remaining, Dave Winchester in the lead, the top spot, 7.88 and 7.03 for his high scores. Again, he's looking to get the rest of the day off. You know, he wants to go chill with the BP and watch the rest of the competition today. Ori Valadown in that second spot with a 6 and a 5.25. Andrew Lester currently sitting in third, needs a 4.37 to move into second. Dudu Pedra from Brazil, the wild card. He has a 6.35 and a 3. He's looking to replace that 3 with a 4.9 to move into a better position in this heat. Under 9 minutes remaining, Dave Winchester in control.
Well, Winnie's looking really solid. I mean, he's got 2 solid 7s, and Uri Valadao, you can see he needs an 8.91 to get in that first place spot. The first place spot is the golden ticket. That's what you want in this round 4 heats. Why? Because you bypassed 2 rounds. You are rewarded as a first place finisher going straight to the quarterfinals. From this point on, all the heats will be man-on-man. Well, actually, round 5, 6, and so on will be man-on-man. So going from round 4 to the quarterfinals is huge.
Key essential, Manny, getting that extra time off, skipping those heats, conserving your energy. Granted, the surf is a little smaller than it's been, but still some punch out there. And any time off to, you know, do your thing, get yourself set for later competition.
Saving energy, that's huge.
And there you can see less than 8 minutes remaining. Just to touch on it real quick, coming into this event, the World Tour standings, Dave Winchester holding the lead coming out of Arica with Jeff Hubbard in second, Mitch Rollins in third, Mike Stewart in the 4th spot, and Ben Player in 5th. We saw Jeff Hubbard and Mike Stewart go down in round 3, so Mitch Rollins looks like he's going to move into the 2nd spot after this event, but still alive in competition, waiting to move forward. Ben Player, who won that last heat in 5th position, he's looking to move into a better spot on the World Tour standings. So some shuffling around going on in the world rankings.
It's going to be very interesting to see. This is a very important competition. This is the 4th competition of the 2012 IBA World Tour. Here we are in Brazil for the Itacoatiara Pro, sponsored by Pride, uzeke.com and net. And that's the current situation out in the water. Thank you all for tuning in. Thomas Parkinson giving us the update. New South Wales 16, Queensland 12. That's where we are right now. Ryan O'Connor cooking up bacon and eggs and watching live from Florida. John D. in Adelaide, Jonathan in Sydney, and Oliver in London watching as he's getting ready to pack his bags and head to Costa Rica for his bodyboarding trip. So thank you all for tuning in. Manny V here with Steve Action Jackson out in the water. Heat number 2, round number 4. It is Dave Winchester in a commanding lead out in the water. So again, it was a tough call to make today because of the conditions and because of the swell forecast. We had to go green light. Here we go. Uri Valadao.
Uri Valadown up and riding, throws into a spin off the top, drops back down, resets his line, kind of roller coasters up to the top, drops back down looking for speed, and going for the air roll spin off that end section.
Nice.
Gets it around in the white water and washes up on the beach.
Again, the conditions today, we're looking at 3, maybe a 4-foot wave coming in, but really close to shore, which means that they got to pack every maneuver they can in this is a short amount of time that the wave is formed and to get those high-scoring waves.
A little bit of technical riding on that one. You saw Uri drive up to the top and then drop back down, some old school roller coastering. That's good use of maneuvering to maximize his speed so that he could hit that end section and get the end maneuver around cleanly. Here we can see a replay.
All right, so as what Jackson was saying, he's going to go straight into the spin right here. Nice, clean spin right off the takeoff. And he comes up to the top to find that speed line once again. Once he drops down, he has a ton of speed. And he goes into an ARS through the lip and pulls it off. So Uri Valadao, perfect wave riding right there to maintain his speed and projection throughout the entire wave.
We've heard our pro riders talk about it, and I just touched on it. Maneuvering all based off of driving for speed, the bottom turn, and being able to roller coaster like that to move back up to the top and then drop back down and drive off the bottom. Some basic maneuvering, but very technical, very important to being able to hit maneuvers and complete them and having enough speed and power to get them around.
You know what I love about what we're seeing right now is we've all seen the big wave ridings from all these top 24 guys. I mean, we know what they can do in the big stuff. Now, here we are in 3 to 4 foot conditions, and they have to reach deep inside and go backtrack a little bit to their Grom years where they put serious time in the amateur ranks and get back in tune with how to compete in the smaller stuff, because that's what we're looking at right now in 3 to 4 foot waves, and everybody's doing a great job of boosting.
And this is what separates the men from the boys in the world of bodyboarding. To be a well-rounded professional bodyboarder, you need to be able to not only charge the big stuff, but be able to maneuver and function in smaller waves. And we're seeing it here today. Ben Player was a perfect example of that, and we're seeing Dave Winchester do that as well.
Steve Action Jackson and Hermano Castro just walked into the commentator's booth with 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. At the end of this heat, we're going to get the Brazilian, the legend himself, Hermano Castro, who will take your spot. And we're going to begin our rotation of some of the riders to come in here and give us their firsthand look on not only the riders, the conditions, but also the area that they call home, Hermano Castro from Brazil. So he's standing by in 3 minutes. We'll get him in here. But now it is Dudu Pedra and Andrew Lester. If they want to avoid a round and not go into round number 5 and go straight into round number 6, now is the time to look for those waves.
Yes, again, to explain the showdown format real quick, this is a non-elimination round here in round 4. No, the top spot advances straight to the quarterfinals. As Manny puts it, the golden ticket. You get to skip round 5, round 6, and onto the quarterfinals. Second place, you go to round 6. Third and fourth place, they have to battle it out in round 5. They don't get a break. So here you see Uri Valadown.
Uri Valadown looking left. Look at his high line. He stays high on the wave to get as much speed as possible, but he cuts out of that wave, knowing that there's not much down the line, and he is looking for that another solid wave to back up his 2 waves. He has a 7.08 and a 6. Those waves are his 2 highest scoring waves, so he's trying to build on a 6, and that wave he knew wasn't going to do it, so he cuts out. I can't believe it. In front of our eyes, we are watching the Mother Nature come alive. We saw almost flat conditions when we arrived early in the morning, but now we are starting to see bigger waves coming in throughout the day. So crossing our fingers, we see some bigger waves come in at least into round number 6.
All right, now you can see on screen, less than 2 minutes remaining. Dudu Pedra needs a 6.74 to move out of that 4th place spot. Andrew Lester sitting in 3rd. He also looking for a wave to move up. But Dave Winchester in control of this heat. Right now, he's looking to hold on and move straight to the quarterfinals.
All right, if you're seeing 2 colored jerseys out there of blue and the whites, there are 2 heats. One currently out in the water. One should be outside of the contest area on standby. But they're hungry. They want to get the show going. Look at this, blue and yellow. On this set, it is yellow who has priority. Looking at, oh no, it was Dave Winchester. Looking back behind the wave to see if there's anything better. But Dave Winchester, he's currently in the lead. He was blocking Uri Valadown right there, I believe, and just pulls off a maneuver. He knew that if Uri Valadown caught that wave, he would have the opportunity to get a 7.84 and knock Dave Winchester out of that 1st place. That was a perfect example of the priority system at work and the term blocking.
And that's where the priority system turns into a game of strategy, a game of chess, if you will, out in the water.
I love it.
That one paying off, it looks like, for Dave Winchester. A good block there on Uri Valadown to keep so that Dave can keep that top spot. It gets interesting when you start seeing the strategy play out with the priority system. Guys blocking, paddling around each other, and it really becomes a head game out in the water.
Unreal. So, I mean, these guys have to not only perform on the wave, but actually take in consideration the strategies that are available as well as a competitor here on the IBA Grand Slam Series. And here we are at the Itacoatiara Pro, sponsored by Pride, Uzike.com and net. Here we go. Last chance for Dudo Pedra.
At the horn, Dudu Pedro up and riding on the
Oh,
side. Going
nice.
for the air roll spin.
Can he hold on?
And not able to stick with that one. Nice last second attempt.